we all have certain to-dos in our life that we don't even think about that we do. And you can turn them into a ritual. So a ritual is a sacred time. And a ritual is, generally, if you think about it, it's a practice where you're really paying attention to what you do at that moment. That's all it is. So I have 2 rituals in the day. This is how I got through the pandemic. And by the way, I developed a lot of these things because I can't meditate. I will advance as a human at some point. I'm working on it, but I got a lot going on. So I had in the pandemic, when I actually had anxiety, I'm not a very anxious person, but I really started experiencing it. This is when I really started studying this and creating these brain training things the same way I do for the body, right? So I developed this thing where every morning I have these plants I have to water here in Southern California. If you don't water them every day, they will die. And I turn that into a ritual. So I have this certain pitcher I use for that. I water each plant. It takes 2 pitchers full, and I do not let my mind veer from, I pay attention to every single plant, and I just see how it's grown or changed since yesterday. If it needs a little thing plucked off, it's whatever, but it doesn't seem like a big thing. It's the attention I bring to it. And it trains me to be able to focus, to be less tangential, to be less pop, 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 full of ideas, like focus on one thing. And that really, really helps, because when I'm in conversations, particularly with my children, I can focus and I'm not off on my own stuff. Like the places where it really counts, your children, your partner, we're all pretty good at focusing on our work, but can we give that same focus to the people that matter without our own stuff, like kind of pulling us off to wherever? So I'm training myself to focus, and I'm also starting the day in a very calm place. So that ritual. And then the other one is I make these Keurig coffees, and I love sounds. And so I pay attention to the sounds. It's like 90 seconds. For me, Keurigs take forever, but I use the sounds, and every little sound I pay attention to, and now I like enjoy them. And that 90 seconds where all I allow myself to do is breathe and pay attention to those sounds reframes my brain instantly. And what's happening, because I repeat these 2 things almost every day, I have a couple others, but it's a signal to my brain that I'm in safe harbor. That's what a ritual does. Rituals are things we repeat over and over mindfully. And then it tells your brain, I don't need any protection right now. Your central nervous system starts to get it and automatically drops. So by the time I finish watering my plants, it doesn't matter how difficult my morning was with my children or whatever, I'm ready to go. I'm my best self. By the time I finish, making a Keurig in the afternoon, like I'm ready to power through with that same energy I had in the morning, or ready to go, whatever it is. And so I encourage people to take rituals they have, like just to-dos, things they always every day, to develop a ritual out of it that will signal to your brain, hey, stop protecting me. Because our amygdala is lit up all day long by news, by, other people's stuff, by literal pressure from, just your email, from your text messages. And it doesn't have to be that it's bad things. It's just a lot of things. Our prefrontal cortex was not designed for the amount of information we take in a day. And so it's just great to have a couple of built-in resets where I'm focusing on just one thing.